Hi guys, here now about infrastructure. We are here on the road towards Skopje, and this is an amazing highway. This is European quality, what can be done. If you see the beautiful achievement of infrastructure, it is absolutely fantastic. This is the so-called Kačanik to the Skopje border, and part of the Bechtel-built highway, which Kosovo has just finished, I think, 3 years ago. And it was, of course, you know, this is the mountains, the Shah Mountains, mountain gorges to break through to Macedonia. And it was a major problem for Kosovo infrastructure, because here in the winter very often, due to massive stones on the small Yugoslavian Tito-built road towards Macedonia, which is the main lifeline of all supports and all transport logistics which were coming in after the war, and this was often blocked. And it was a major strategic problem for Kosovo that this very, very tiny road was often blocked in the winter for the rains and the stone falls, and that was really very big problem. And then now, for example, such a highway exists towards Albania, to the coast, to the big Porto Romano, port of the future, to the Dubai over there, what they are building, which I have shown you in this video podcast already. And they have now this fantastic highway towards Skopje. And what we need now, and I heard it is announced, is a tunnel to Montenegro in the same style. And then, of course, the road towards Novi Pazar. This is much more important than the highway to Serbia. This is the real priorities to connect Kosovo with the neighboring countries and also with Bosnia, at least with the Sanjak of Novi Pazar, and to really somehow build a strategic infrastructure interconnectivity, like here with Macedonia, then also with the neighboring countries, Albania, Montenegro via the NATO tunnel, and also then the highway to the north, which would be the Unity Highway, Jedinstvo they called it once. But yes, that's a very good idea, the Jedinstvo, the unity of Kosovo, and no separatism in the north and no kind of issues. And it must be the symbol, the highway like this, because highways show the materialize €1 billion of investment. It's a major strategic effort for unity, and this is so important. And yeah, now Kosovo works because it is connected to Macedonia and to Albania very efficiently. This is a really big thing. And imagine how complicated it was to build it. Look at the major volume of work which was needed to build such a highway. Here, the protective wall, it's enormous. It's enormous effort. In the winter, there is a lot of rain here and the material could move, and they have done this enormous effort to build the concrete to stabilize that wall. And that's, of course, huge. And for anybody who was, I think it was in, I don't know exactly when it was, the years when there was this major blockage of that road here, this is the old bridge over there. It was dramatic. It was very, very dramatic and very complicated economically. And now, as you have seen, Kosovo really works economically. The good governance effort of the new government and the infrastructure achievement of the last governments, these are major, major, major achievements. And you see the whole highway is built high up here above the river and straight through the valley. It's something from, if you have a drone here, which I don't have now, you can see this meandering highway above the river, and it's oh bless you, it's a major achievement, and it's really a major, tremendous progress of modern European infrastructure, actually built by American technology and construction giant Bechtel. And they should do similar way the connectivity via the tunnel to Montenegro, and via then from Mitrovica north, then to Leposavic towards Novi Pazar, and then to Sarajevo, obviously, to connect in Serbia with the highways on that peace highway. That's the real peace highway, and that should be done, and not to connect everything with Belgrade again, because Belgrade will not dominate economically or politically the Balkans. No, 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 no. The future is the West. The future is the West. The harbor will be built in Porto Romano, and that will be the big infrastructure hub of the future of the Balkans, and we need to connect with that, and that is very important. And that is really a very, very good idea. And here we see what can be done with American technology, European funding, and with the will of a nation to develop itself. And then they can do such kind of infrastructure projects, and then it's really working very effectively. And that is what we need in all directions, and also in Albania. We have to do more, and I hope they will also give the contract to Bechtel in Albania for that one. That would be very good to connect from Ohrid to Elbasan, and then also to finally, after 2014, imagine the European Union has promised to build the Adriatic Highway, and they have done nothing in 7 years, 8 years it's soon, the Berlin process. In the summer we celebrate 8 years Berlin project for infrastructure interconnectivity, and a big zero in Albania and Montenegro on terms of the Adriatic Highway. Do not forget, I will be in the summer there, and I will show you the lack of progress and Adriatic Highway, and that's of course very shocking. Now let's celebrate this enormous achievement. It is tremendous, and this is really quite unique, and you see how difficult it was, and you see also the progress in Kosovo, and still on the Macedonian side they are not able to finish this and to get it done, and it's of course dramatic. Now the next step is of course to build the railway connectivity and make sure that we have similar progress in the railways, but it must be the European Union to pay it, because there is no fiscal space for that one obviously, and here in the countries, and that's I think very justified to have the European infrastructure interconnectivity funded by the European Union as part of the big recovery plan and the EU integration plan, the 1.5 trillion plan for the integration of all 9 countries into the European Union, and that's really very important to get this done. Now we have crossed the gorge, we are on the decline here towards the border town, Hani Elesit, and it's with this famous Sharcem, the big cement company here, the main employer, and then the border towards Macedonia, and we are good on that way, and we will keep you posted on Macedonia. And for our Macedonian friends, make it very clear, North Macedonia in the EU as soon as possible. 2024 is fully doable, and we can integrate NATO countries very fast in the European Union, and we don't have to wait another 20 years, whatever, with EU candidacy, but we can do things if we want them. And the proof is that even Kosovo, a poor country, has managed to build this highway at these beautiful conditions in such a short period of time. And that is, I think, proof that much more can be done. If there's a will, there will be the way to get things done. And the lack of political strategy and planning and forward thinking has kept the EU back in the Balkans, and we have destabilized Europe with that, and we need to get going with decency again. That is very good. Hani Elesi, Skopje, and here so far from the border area. More to come, and congratulations for this highway. Bye.